Welcome back. Big week of draws in the Premier League. Let's get into it. Let's get through my pain and suffering right away. We all saw what happened. 1-1 draw, but honestly, feels like a loss. Any United fan will tell you the same thing. 90 minutes of pure fucking ass.
It was probably one of the most disinteresting games watched in a while. Didn't seem like either team really wanted to win more, they just didn't want to lose.
Yeah, I mean, the United setup coming into this game, we kind of knew what we were expecting with all the injuries, and people are coming back, but they're not going to get put right into the 11. They have to get some minutes here and there. They have to get that fitness back up, and you don't want to risk somebody getting hurt again, which did fucking happen. But when you look at the team, you kind of expect a better result than a 1-1 against Brentford.
Yeah. Tony playing his socks off most of the game. Man is a baller. Like Brentford, you can tell that they need him a lot. The overall United scheme, though, it seemed like Brentford just shut it down.
I mean, you can't give somebody more touches in your box than any other team in the Premier League this year.
Yeah, Brentford.
Like, you can't do that. I mean, Ten Hag, and I know that Ten Hag, I've been behind him this whole 2 years, this whole tenure with its ups and downs, the 3-0 or the 4-0 against Brentford, the 7-0 against Liverpool, the 6-3 against City. These results have happened and we've kind of gone past it because we see the building blocks, we see some progress. But this game, it seemed like there was none of it. I mean, Brentford came in and they let us know from the get-go that this is not going to be an easy game. They are a very tough opponent.
For sure.
Especially when you give them more touches in your box than any other team in the Prem this year. Like, it's just a fundamental tactical issue that he has to fix or he's gone.
Yeah. Brentford, fairly good against top 6 teams, though. Their record, Thomas Frank, he speaks for himself, his record against the top 6 teams when he's coach of Brentford. That guy, I think he deserves a higher up position in the Premier League, maybe more upper mid-table job, West Ham-esque, Tottenham-esque, somewhere in there, possibly even
potentially even
pushing United. Oh, maybe. I didn't even think about that. I mean, I think he's got
not even fucking around. Like, actually, he does have that track record against the top 6. People rate him.
I do. I rate him a lot.
He's able to do with this Brentford squad what not many managers in the world would be able to do with it.
Yeah.
I mean, to just absolutely dominate United for 90 minutes, what more can you ask for?
Yeah.
Honestly, like I said, the 90 minutes was terrible. The first 90 for United was absolutely atrocious in terms of the tactics, the setup, the execution, the attitude. Everything was terrible until Money Mace. 96th minute. Really thought we had a glimmer of hope there. Casemiro gives him just the perfect ball through, and he's got the clean, crisp touch to just put it in the corner. I mean, exactly what you'd want. A smash and grab, 1-0, let's take it. Absolutely. We played like shit, but it doesn't matter because that's what big teams do. That's what good teams do. They play like shit, and then in just the nick of time, they get that goal. But then what happened? The same fucking thing that happens every time we get a goal. We concede within 5 minutes, and this one was the last kick of the game.
I thought the money Mace, as you like to call him, that was a really impressive goal. It was a really good build-up. United were knocking on the door close to that time, finally got the goal. And it's good to see Mason Mount, as a United standpoint, coming back, getting a goal. It's, you bought him for like 40, 50, 60, whatever the fuck. It doesn't really matter. It's a player you bought and you want him to do well. He's on your team. You want him to do well. Him coming in, scoring that goal after a long injury, it felt good for him. You could tell how much it meant to him.
Yep.
Sliding around, grabbing the badge, whatnot.
If only they could have actually held it together.
And like you said, we see Brentford, maybe off a set piece. I don't know. They went down the field, scored again, and here we have a 1-1 in the 99th minute of the game. Very impressive from Brentford. They deserve the draw, I think.
So.
Huh?
I said I think.
Oh, okay. You said I don't
No,
think
they
so.
definitely deserved a win.
Okay.
They had like, I didn't want to say the exact number, but I'm pretty sure they had like 38 touches in our box.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
In the game, we were all waiting for, we all anticipated it around the world. Manchester City, defending champions.
Against
Defending-
title favorites.
Defending treble champions. I don't know if title favorites is
They're in the league.
right.
Well,
I think Liverpool is
okay.
title favorites, okay? They're not title favorites. Arsenal, though, are a very good team, very impressive team, very well-built team. But on Sunday, Manchester City definitely should have won. Not because we played amazing. I thought we played all right. I thought we played a good game. I thought Arsenal also played a decent game.
They had a good game plan.
We were missing some people. You know, our goalie, for starters, pretty big miss. There were a few other players out. Kyle Walker to be mentioned as well. This is not a game you want to be missing any star players. Arsenal, you're at home against Arsenal. They're hungry. They're looking to, win the title for the first time in 20
years.
5, some crazy number, okay? They're looking for it, right? You don't want any of your players hurt. Unfortunately, we do. Either way, though, we got a good lineup. We got a great lineup.
Yeah.
A fantastic lineup. A treble-winning lineup, almost. Bar Gundogan and Mahrez, okay. Either way. This whole game felt very dissatisfying. We have a 0-0. It's because of what you expect, right?
Yeah.
You expect
the
a
hope
City
that kills
Arsenal. Exactly.
Arteta, though, knew exactly what he wanted to do. He and his team did exactly what they wanted to, and they neutralized City. I mean, I've been seeing people come on Twitter saying that, at least Liverpool and City have exciting games where people actually care and there's goals scored. Well, guess what? They didn't want to try and fucking win the game. That's plain and simple. They wanted to draw. They needed the result to hang in there, not lose points on City.
Yeah.
It's what they needed to do, and they did it. I can't do anything other than say that's exactly the game plan that they had, and they executed it well.
It was abysmal, okay? Arsenal need to be coming, doing something, okay? You're trying to win a title, all right? I understand, you come to the Etihad, you're not going to be on the front foot by any means.
Definitely not favorites by any means.
But by God, Arsenal had about 22% possession the whole game and maybe like 4 or 5 shots the whole game.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't tell you Arsenal really weren't coming to play, they weren't really coming to play. But you know what? At the same time, I can't knock somebody for trying to come to the Etihad to get a point. You know what? That's if you can sell 90% of teams, you go into the Etihad and come out with a point and you're satisfied.
Check.
You're gonna say yes.
Sign me the fuck up.
Okay.
Honestly.
So I can't blame them for that. What I will be upset with is the refereeing decisions constantly throughout the game. The absolute insane amount of fouls from Arsenal until we get our first yellow card. God knows what minute it was, okay? Fouling us left and right, all over the pitch, every single player, okay? It just seemed like it was a new name. Every other fucking foul, okay?
Tactically.
And I get it, right? It's not the same guy every time, but eventually other people started fouling more than once, okay? Declan Rice should have had a fucking yellow card in like the fucking 40th minute, okay? It was ridiculous. The fact that all of those Arsenal players, nobody had a yellow card. The referee is trying to let the game go on, and I get it. You don't want to have anybody come off. It's a big game.
Right.
You really
You
want
wanna
to
send
minimize
anyone
that.
off.
You want to minimize that, for sure. But when you're getting foul after foul after foul, announcers on the TV are even saying, by God, when's he gonna throw out that yellow card? I mean, come on. You can't let the game slip away from you as a referee. And it felt like that was starting to happen. You see the fouls coming in from both teams later on in the game.
Yeah.
Then we see some yellow cards. But it should have been handled before. There should have been a yellow card for a few Arsenal players the first half. The referee was giving him like so many chances, too many chances to each player. It was ridiculous. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and say that that's why we drew. Okay, Manchester City, we should have been playing better. De Bruyne needs to be playing better. Haaland needs to be playing better. De Bruyne just coming back from injury, you kind of get a pass, right? We don't have our starting goalie in. Okay, Kyle Walker's out, okay. You know, there's certain things that we could call excuses, but they're not excuses, okay? We are a trophy-winning team, right? We need to be playing much better. I expected more from our big game players. And I will say, Haaland, you know, going up against Gabriel and Saliba, those two are the best center back pairing in the league for sure. They are insane, those two. So they played a hell of a game against Haaland.
I think Haaland, we saw some comments from some former United players, some
Absolute
different pundits,
fucking bum.
some different things that were said about
Absolute fucking bum.
his hold up play, his connection, his connective play, his ability to do the opposite of what Harry Kane does in terms of
fucking bum.
Connect the play from midfield to attack and really be that catalyst for not only his own goals but other people's goals. That's not what he does. That's not what you want him to do. The man scored more goals in a Premier League season than anyone ever has before last year. You have to at least put some kind of respect on that.
For you to say League Two, you can criticize him as
not
much
even
as you
Championship.
Want. You can criticize.
Not
You can criticize him and say, you know, he needs to be doing better at this and that. And I'll say fair. But once you start comparing to League Two and comparing his ability, like, come on, are you serious? The man scored the most goals in the Premier League history in one season. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. Single season goal scoring record. Okay, and to this day, is still the goal scoring leader in the Prem. Right, on 18. You can criticize his hold up play. You can do all those things, but to start comparing like that and saying those things, like, it's just crazy. It just absolutely boggles my mind. Okay, and I'll sit here and tell you my own opinion. I do think Haaland should be doing better. I think his hold-up play should be better. I think his distribution and helping players get more involved should be better. It should. But to say the things like League Two qualities of this and that, and the man is a top striker in the world. You may not agree that he's the best. You may say Harry Kane's the best, or Mbappe if you think he's a striker, whatever. But he's right there. He's right there with the best.
Top 5 and he ain't
You
5.
can't tell me, like, you can't be making those comparisons, okay? So Manchester City should have done better against Arsenal. Arsenal played a good game. I give them hats off. They should have done more. 22% possession tells you a lot for Arteta's side, who wants to play that pragmatic Pep Guardiola-esque football, okay? Fucking bum. We drew. Is the title race over? Is Liverpool winning it? Can City win it?
Will Arsenal make a comeback and actually do it?
Man. We got 9 games to
Figuring
go.
it out.
9 games to go. It's going to be interesting.
Can United actually get Europe, or are we going to be fucking 8th? We'll see. We'll let you guys know.